Yes, we're listening to Michael Hyatt's This Is Your Life podcast. How to succeed at work and win at life, or win at work and succeed at life. Either way, doing both, having a prioritized balance. And no, we're not taking a Sammy right now. We're driving. And that's funny though. And today we listened to 3 podcasts. Here's Ann. Wave, Ann.
Hey.
I got travel hair. But we listened to how to discern your calling, how to develop new habits, and why you need a life plan. Hey there, Dave. That's a good question, Sammy. I haven't, up until this point, I've not had a ritual. Podcast we listened to about having a life plan when I do it. So that is something that when we reach home and after we, literally unpack, both unpacking the car and unpacking everything that's happened over the last week, to develop what my daily rituals are going to be so that it is more predictable. Nicole, yes, Nicole has been, she saw part of, she was there yesterday, and she had also seen my, I think she saw the sunrise one, and she knew about Amelia's wish. So Nicole is someone who has regularly watched. Do you know Nicole, or did you just happen to see that she was in one of the scopes? While I wait for that, I'll let everybody know we are on I-70 westbound. We laid over in Effingham, Illinois last night. Oh, well, thank you. I thank you so much. And remind me where you're from, Sammy. Are you from Florida, or was that Nicole that was from Florida? Somebody was from Melbourne yesterday, I think. And it's been an incredible day, so I apologize that I don't remember. But when I'm doing this at home, I'm going to keep better notes. Oh, you're from Romania. Okay. Yep, awesome. Is that correct? I believe. I taught at the Army Command and General Staff College, also known as CGSC, so like Charlie Golf Sierra Charlie, so Command and General Staff College. I taught there for 8 years at Fort Leavenworth. And we had international officers from more than 80 different countries attend every year. And the year that I was a student, we had a female officer from, I think she was, and I apologize, I know I shouldn't say that these are the same, but they both end in the same couple letters, but she was either from Romania or Bulgaria. And I can't remember which one she was from. But, yeah, but every year we have officers there. We're on our way home now. So we left a week ago this morning. So we rented this car Thursday morning, and if you can see the other side of the highway there, that's where we were going. New York City. We stayed the weekend in New York City, and then Monday morning we got up and we drove to Arlington. Passed away in November from brain cancer after battling it for 2 years. And this wasn't, financially, this was not the best time for us to be making such a trip. But he and I went to college together for 3 years. They lived across the street from us. And when we went to OCS, or Officer Candidate School, in October of 1990, we got commissioned in February of 90. But anyway, it was 4 months. My 2-year-old daughter and my wife moved in with his wife. They did that so they would be there to support each other while we were away at OCS, and also by combining the 2 households, we saved rent because we just split the rent with them. Hey Trev, how you doing? Awesome to see you, Trev. This is our 8th day Yeah, so no, actually I was in the Navy. It's kind of complicated. The college that I taught at is a joint college. By joint, so I went there as a Navy student, and then I stayed on there. Of the government certification, they have to have students from all the services, and they have to have instructors from all the services. So I was Navy for almost 21 years, and I was in submarines. So that's where subbob comes from. Subbob is short for submarine bob. So that's my handle. So that's my Twitter, my Gmail, LinkedIn, Periscope, you name it, Snapchat. I'm subbob everywhere. So if you want to find more about me, if you just Google subbob, all of the results on that first page of Google are my content in one place or another. So we went to that funeral, and then we went to a family dinner after it. No, not. It's funny, not famous, Sammy. No, I have good SEO, or search engine optimization. I've just taken care over the last 20 years to use that same brand every place I register. So like on Twitter, I have a little over 4,000 followers. I don't have 100,000. I don't have millions. So I certainly wouldn't say I'm famous. I'm well known within certain small circles. But we're going to improve on that. I'm going to become better well known, because after listening to these podcasts about setting goals, determining your life plan, developing habits, I'm going to go forward with figuring out, what exactly my calling. Okay, he wants to know your story, and what's your wife's story? I know everything about you. Does she want to share right now?
I don't have a story.
You have a story? Do you want to share it or not?
No.
Okay, so Sammy, I'll tell you that I'm the extrovert in the family. Personality test. We met in high school. We actually met in chemistry class when I was a sophomore and she was a junior. So that would have been like, she was 16 and I was 15. But we didn't actually date until my senior year, and she was a college student. And outside of the chemistry class, one of the first times I met her again, really, I'd say, was she called me about accounting, right? Anyway, no, what happened?
I called you about a computer class where I had to do cards. I had to write out the program tasks, like each line.
Like a flowchart or pseudocode?
No.
Okay.
Like you had to enter the code into some type of typewriter that punched it out, and then it went and read through the
the punch cards, right? It was
Yes.
COBOL.
Yes.
Probably. All right, so she had contacted me about COBOL. How did I end up helping you with accounting?
You were just at my house that
Okay,
night.
so I helped her with COBOL, and this was back on punch cards. I doubt any of you have ever had to work with punch cards, but if you have, let me know. It's my proofreading skills are because I had to work with punch cards. So I helped her with COBOL, and I then also helped her with some accounting. Yes, we could say we had some chemistry. Absolutely, Sammy. Very funny, yep. And I got in trouble in that chemistry class because I was the guy that would make things blow up or make noxious. I made noxious chlorine gas and actually sent intentionally. I just, I always, if it says give it a little heat, I always gave it more heat. So I was one that really liked those exothermic reactions that produce lots of smoke and fire and noise. But I learned a lot. I went to University of Michigan for 1 year while Ann was working at community college and working at a bakery, at a truck stop, restaurant in our hometown. Then I joined the Navy, got married, and we moved to Orlando, Florida for one of the first 3 times we lived in Orlando at Nuclear Power School. While there, Ann worked on a stock merger for 2 banks that merged together, where she worked. You were what, an administrative assistant? And she was an administrative assistant in was it social work department?
Yeah,
In a social work department. I never made that connection that you worked. So, and then we had Rachel in 1987, and after having Rachel, Ann remained as a stay-at-home mom. We had Aaron in 1990 in Orlando. When I had to go back to Nuclear Power School as an officer, because the enlisted and officer curriculums are different. And then I was on the USS Maryland, where I was the reactor controls assistant, and then the communications officer. Yeah, that's what I might like to do. No, now I'm still figuring that out, but I know what when we get back home, what I want to do now is help people effectively by leveraging tools and resources like technology to automate things that they're currently doing manually. So I want to, whether that's teaching people to write macros or to use or integrating the software they already use, but help people to focus on their core competencies and not waste so much time reinventing the wheel or doing things manually that computers and IT solutions can do for them. So I want to train people and educate people to be more productive. We are in Missouri right now. We live in Leavenworth, Kansas. We're in Missouri, maybe about 200 miles from home. So for those of you that may have not seen Missouri before, this is what Missouri looks like. Yes, I'm sorry, yes, in the U.S. Yes. We're in what's called the Midwest, Sammy. So it's literally the town that